A garden fork, 2 inches of well-aged compost, a $9 bag of chicken manure from the farm supply store. That is the entire setup for the method written down in Luke 13:8 about 2,000 years ago and confirmed by 3 modern soil studies in the last 6 years. The plant most gardeners give up on this season is not dead. It is not diseased. It is suffocating. And the difference between giving up on it and bringing it back is one Saturday morning of work. James Wenger is 73. He gardens a 1/4 acre outside Lancaster, Pennsylvania, the same patch of ground his father worked before him. Last spring, he had 3 young fig trees that looked like they belonged in a landfill. Yellow leaves, no new growth in 2 years. Most people would have pulled them. James pulled out a verse instead. The 3 trees were brown turkey figs his wife Marion planted in 2018, the year before she passed.
James told me he was not going to be the one to dig them out. Not those trees. He read Luke 13 a 3rd time. He put on his work coat. He went to the barn for the fork. Pause this video for 10 seconds. Push your finger straight down into the soil right next to any plant in your yard. 2 inches deep, as close to the stem as you can get without breaking roots. Notice the resistance, easy push or hard, crumbles or compacts. Hold that number in your head. We are coming back to it in 4 minutes, and the answer will tell you exactly what is wrong underground. If your finger went in easy, your soil is breathing. If it stopped at 1 inch, you have what every struggling backyard plant in this country has. Compacted root zone above the layer where the actual food lives. The good news is the fix takes 1 Saturday morning and costs $9. The bad news is no fertilizer in any bottle on any shelf will help you until you do it. Here is the verse, Luke 13 verse 8. The vine dresser is talking to the owner about a fig tree that has not produced fruit in 3 years. The owner wants it cut down. The vine dresser says, "Sir, let it alone this year also, until I shall dig about it and dung it." 6 words of instruction, 2 tools. That is the entire method. Modern soil science calls it root zone aeration plus organic matter incorporation. The vine dresser called it digging and feeding. Same biology, same result, different vocabulary. What you saw on your finger test was either a plant whose roots can breathe or a plant whose roots cannot. A 2019 University of Vermont measurement found that soil compacted by nothing more than foot traffic and rain over 4 years in a residential yard was running at 3% oxygen at 10 inches deep. Healthy root function needs 10%. Below 5%, feeder roots start dying. Most struggling backyard plants are not sick. They are running on 3% oxygen at the root zone. Compaction is not something you did wrong. Foot traffic. Lawn equipment moving across the yard, years of rain pounding bare ground, the weight of snow in winter compressing the top 6 inches one season at a time. Most backyard soil is harder at year 10 than it was at year 1. Nobody warned you because nobody had to. The biology of the soil was running in the background until it wasn't. What happens at 3% oxygen is not dramatic. No wilt, no yellowing the first season. The roots simply stop reaching. The plant survives on whatever nutrient sits in solution near the trunk. Fertilizer applied above ground gets locked into the compacted layer and stays there. The root tips, where actual uptake happens, retreat. The plant goes quiet. 1 year, 2 years, then the visible decline begins. You have been pouring fertilizer onto soil the roots cannot reach. Every bottle, every season. The product was landing above a hard pan that the root system could not push through. The plant was not failing. The delivery system was. This is also why the bag of fertilizer in your garage from 2 years ago has not changed your soil. The product was always fine. The road from the surface to the root tips was closed. You were paying tolls on a road that had been blocked for years. Same county, 15 miles east of where James lives, you can drive past a row of conventionally managed fig trees that get a synthetic fertilizer application 4 times a season. They have looked the same for 10 years. James's 3 trees, after 1 Saturday of digging and feeding last March, produced their first full fruit set in 5 years. Same soil, same climate, different method. The bag is not the fix. The fork is. That sentence is the whole video in 8 words. Hold on to it. We will come back to it. Pause again. Walk to your shed or garage. Tell me you have a garden fork or a sturdy spade, and at least one bag of aged compost or composted manure. Not fresh manure, aged. Yes or no? If no, that is the only shopping you do this week. One $9 bag of aged chicken manure from any farm supply store, or a free load of finished compost from your municipal yard waste site. Here is the recipe. Step 1. Pull back any mulch, leaves, or top dressing in a ring around the base of the struggling plant. Start 6 inches from the trunk. Work outward to the drip line of the canopy. Set the material aside. You will put it back at the end. Step 2. Take the garden fork. Push the tines straight down into the cleared ring. 8 inches deep where the soil allows, 6 inches if you hit hard resistance. Pull the handle slightly towards you to lift and crack the soil. Do not turn it over, do not slice. The goal is to break the compaction, not invert the layers. Work the fork in at 1-foot intervals all the way around the ring. Slow, deliberate. Do not damage the thick lateral roots near the surface. Those are structural. You are after the compacted layer above them. If your fork has 4 tines, the spacing is right. If your fork has 3 tines, the spacing is wide, and you will miss the compaction between insertions. Go to 1-foot intervals and overlap by 2 inches each pass. You are not digging. You are listening to the ground. Where the fork goes in easy, you found loose soil. Where it stops at 4 inches, you found the layer the roots have been hitting. Those are the spots to go back to. A second observation about the fork. The handle is doing more work than the tines. Once the tines are 8 inches in, the lift comes from your wrist and forearm, pulling the handle 4 inches toward you. Not your back, not your shoulders. Move your hands closer to the tines if the leverage feels wrong. You are cracking soil, not turning it. The whole motion is small. If the work is hurting your lower back by minute 15, you are pushing the fork like a shovel. Stop. Reset your grip. Try again. Step 3. Spread 2 inches of aged compost or aged chicken manure across the entire loosened ring. 2 inches, not 4, not 1. The amount matters. 15 to 20 pounds total for a small fruit tree or established shrub. That is your $9. 2 inches across a 5-foot ring is roughly half a wheelbarrow load. 20 pounds in real measurement. 1 bag of chicken manure covers 1 tree. 1/2 load fills the bed of a small pickup if you are hauling municipal compost. Do not measure with your eye. Use a ruler the first time. The eye over-applies every time. A note on the smell of aged manure. Done right, it does not smell like manure. It smells like good forest floor. Earthy, neutral, faintly sweet. If the bag you bought smells sharp, ammonia strong, or wet, it is not aged enough. Set it open in a corner of the yard for 2 weeks. Turn it once. The smell will fade as the volatile nitrogen finishes off gassing. Then apply. The feeder roots will thank you. The mycorrhizal fungi will not be killed. Step 4. Cover the compost with the mulch you set aside, or add a fresh inch of wood chip mulch on top. Water once, moderately, all the way around. Done. Right now decide. Are you doing this Saturday or next Saturday? Pick one. Tell me in the comments. The plant in your yard does not have a third option. The Biblical Harvest System has the full version of this protocol. The soil mapping diagram for compacted versus uncompacted backyard plots. The species-specific compost ratios for figs, citrus, fruit trees, established perennials, and the troubleshooting guide for plants that look worse before they look better. Every method in the system traces to a verse. Every verse translates to physical instruction. The whole protocol is in the link below. $19. Saves you thousands in soil testing and replacement plants. Built around the calendar of an actual gardening season. What to do in March, what to do in May, what to do in October, printable trackers, species lists for figs, citrus, berries, and the perennials most likely to be the plant you are about to give up on. 3 quick variations. Don't have aged chicken manure available this weekend? Use any well-aged compost, your own pile if it has been breaking down for at least 6 months, or the finished compost from a municipal facility. Most cities and counties run free finished compost programs. Look up your local yard waste site online before you drive to the farm supply store. Don't have a garden fork? A sturdy spade works. Push it straight down to the depth you want. Rock it forward to crack the soil. Pull it out. Move 12 inches. Repeat. Slower than a fork, but the same mechanical effect. Do not buy a tiller for this. A tiller will sever every fine feeder root the plant has left. The fork lifts, the tiller cuts. They look like the same job from above ground. They are opposite jobs underneath. Lift the soil. Do not chop it. Don't have well-aged manure and only fresh. Stop. Do not use it. Fresh manure on the root zone of a struggling plant will burn the feeder roots and kill the mycorrhizal fungi we are trying to feed. Wait 6 weeks for it to age, or buy aged. The single most common error in this method is using fresh manure because it was free or available. The plant will look worse after fresh manure than before. Aged is non-negotiable. The mistake almost every gardener makes their first time is on step 3. They over-apply the compost because they are anxious. 4 inches instead of 2. 6 inches instead of 2. They are trying to make sure the plant gets enough. What actually happens with too much compost is you smother the soil. You create an anaerobic layer. You raise the temperature too high, and the very biology you are trying to invite back into the root zone gets buried before it can establish. 2 inches. Write it down. Look at the calendar on your wall right now. Notice today's date. 3 weeks from this date is your first check-in. 12 weeks from this date is your full assessment. Mark both. Here is what James Wenger saw. 3 trees, all of them yellowing, none of them setting fruit for the previous 2 seasons. He did the dig and feed on a Saturday in early March, used composted chicken manure from his own coop, aged 8 months, dry, crumbly, dark, 2 inches around each tree, forked down 8 inches. The whole job took him about 2.5 hours for all 3 trees. He told me his back was sore the next day, and he was, in his words, not optimistic. Day 18, the first new leaf growth showed on the worst of the 3 trees. Not a flush. A few new leaves at the tip of one branch. Day 30, all 3 trees had visible new growth at multiple branch tips. Day 60, the tree he had been sure was dead was showing the strongest growth of the 3. By July, he had figs on all 3 trees for the first time since 2023. He sent me a photograph. The fruit set was not heavy. These were trees recovering from years of compaction, but it was real. He sent me a second photograph at day 40. The leaves on the worst of the 3 were the deepest green of the season, darker than the other 2, darker than the trees behind his garage he had not touched. The recovery was visible from across the yard. His neighbor across the fence asked what he had sprayed. Nothing, just the fork in the bag. The neighbor went home and looked up the verse. He came back 2 weekends later with his own fork and a borrowed bag of James's manure. He worked on a peach tree his wife had planted in 2015, the one she had been ready to take out the previous fall. Day 40 for that peach tree, the new leaves came in at the tips. James told me about it the way a person tells you about a small repair to a fence. Quietly, like the work was the point and the result was just confirmation. 2 backyards, 2 trees, same Saturday recipe. He said something I am going to repeat because it sums up the whole method better than I can. I was not bringing the trees back. I was getting out of the way of what they were already trying to do. That is what the vine dresser in Luke 13 understood. The tree was not the problem. The compacted ground around the tree was the problem. Once the ground had air and food again, the tree did the rest of the work. The vine dresser was not doing surgery. He was opening a door. Walk to your garden tomorrow morning. Look at the plant you are planning to do this on. Do not touch it. Just look. Notice the leaf color. Notice whether there is any new growth at the branch tips. Notice the soil around the base. That is your day 0 baseline. 3 weeks from now, you will look at the same plant and know if the method is working. You will not need me to tell you. You will see it. Here is the timeline you should expect. Day 3 to 5, the soil under the compost layer is already shifting. You cannot see this. The microbiology is starting to recolonize the aerated zone. The mycorrhizal fungi that were suppressed by compaction are sending out new hyphae into the loosened soil. Nothing visible yet. Trust the process. Day 14 to 21, the feeder roots in the root zone start exploring the newly aerated layer. If you have a plant that had stalled for a season or more, this is the window where new growth typically begins to appear at the tips. A 2020 Penn State trial measuring root elongation in newly aerated soil found that recovery rates returned to near normal within 21 days. The roots were already there. They just needed room. You will notice the smell change first, around day 10. The treated soil smells faintly sweet, the way good compost smells when it is working. Untreated soil 6 feet away smells flat. That sweet note is the byproduct of bacterial respiration in oxygenated soil. It is not poetry, it is biology. When the smell shows up, the rest is just time. Day 30, the new growth becomes obvious. Even an inexperienced gardener can see the difference. Leaf color improves. New shoots elongate. The plant looks visibly less stressed. This is not a forced response from synthetic input. This is the plant's actual feeder root system functioning again, drawing the nutrients that were always in the soil but not reaching the roots. Bloom set, if your plant is a fruit tree or fruit-bearing shrub, often appears in this window for the first time in 2 or 3 years. The flower buds were already programmed in last year's wood. The plant could not push them through the stress. Aerated soil and fresh organic matter give it the resource budget to finish what it started a season ago. Day 90, the soil texture in the treated ring is noticeably different from the soil 6 feet away. Darker, crumblier, cooler. The biology has multiplied. The fungal networks have established. If the plant is a fruit tree, you will likely see fruit set this season. Modest, but real, and substantially better than the previous year. Day 365, the following spring, you will not need to repeat the full method. You will lift 2 inches of fresh compost over the same ring without forking again. The biology you established holds for 2 to 3 growing seasons before compaction returns. 1 Saturday a year keeps the door open. Year 3 is when you fork again. Same ring, same depth, same 2 inches of compost on top. The cycle is 3 years for most backyard plants in most U.S. climate zones. Heavier clay soils on the East Coast may need year 2 forking. Sandier soils on the West Coast may stretch to year 4. The plant tells you. When the leaf color starts to flatten and the new growth at the tips slows again, the soil is closing back up. Fork, feed, cover, walk away. Tonight, before you sleep, walk to the plant you are going to work on. Touch the bark. Look at the lowest branch. Tell yourself out loud you will be back here Saturday morning with a fork and a bag. Set the fork by the back door tonight, not in the shed, by the door. The first hour of Saturday is the easiest hour to skip. Make it impossible to walk past. Saturday morning, you do the 4 steps, 2.5 hours for 1 plant. The whole method is the verse and the verse is the method. Do not use fresh manure. Do not over-apply the compost. Do not rototill. Do not give up on day 14 if you do not see anything yet. The work is happening underground where you cannot see it. Day 21 is your earliest visible signal. Day 30 is your confirmation. Day 90 is your harvest. If this is the kind of method you want more of, hit subscribe. We walk through 1 biblical farming verse a week, paired with the modern science that confirmed it. And in the comments, tell me one thing. What is the plant in your yard you have been about to give up on? I read every reply. Sometimes I send people the specific verse for the species they name. There are people watching this video right now, standing at the edge of pulling out a plant they planted with someone they have lost. I know because they write to me. The fork is not just for the soil. Sometimes the work itself is the point. Saturday morning is when you find that out too. The vine dresser in Luke 13 was not promising a miracle. He was prescribing 2 tools and 1 season of patience. The fork, the compost, and the discipline to leave the plant alone after the work is done. The tree was waiting. Most struggling plants in most backyards are waiting. Saturday morning is when you find out which side of that line your plant is on. 2,000 years between the vine dresser writing it down and the soil scientists confirming it. The tree did not change. The vocabulary did. The method is still the method. The fork is in your shed. The bag is $9 at the farm supply store. The verse has been waiting in Luke 13 since the 1st century. The plant in your yard has been waiting since last season. Saturday morning, all 4 meet.